Last year, the Annual Survey of Museum-Goers revealed valuable insights into the demographics, priorities, and attitudes of museum visitors. Now this year, Susie Wilkening is back with another wonderful report. She joins us in studio to break it all down. Thanks for being here.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
So now the theme here, it's museum and trust, and that also goes along with the report you did back in 2021. What have you made so far from that, the impacts? Has anything changed?
Oh, so much has changed over the past few years. So back in 2021, we asked the broader population how much do they trust various institutions, including museums. And we had that benchmark of that January 2021 data. We went back into the field, especially with the broader population, to assess how has trust changed over the past 4 years. And we were back in the field in January of 2025, inauguration week actually. And we found that at that time, trust had generally increased in many institutions across the country, which we're like, oh, that's really interesting. And we were kind of scratching our heads. But what was really of greater interest to us is that we were back in the field again with broader population sampling in March, just 8 weeks later. A lot changed in those 8 weeks. And over that 8-week period, what we found is that trust in some institutions decreased quite a bit, such as corporations, social media, and especially the US government. But trust in a few things also increased dramatically, which included friends and family, public libraries, and museums. So right now there's a virtual tie of those three things of being the most trustworthy institutions, I guess you could say, in America. And that is a really strong buildup of trust capital that museums now have.
And I like the range that you survey to really give a good perspective. Now the standout themes were also social connection and community trust. What comes from that, and how do you measure all of it?
So we're thinking in terms of social connection, we're thinking about what are those places that people can go in their community to really have build those strong social connections with each other. We were hearing from people that they couldn't get those strong connections with each other or have those strong moments together, quality time with their families at home anymore, because people were so distracted and their schedules were so busy, and that they were having to make deliberate choices to leave the home to have quality time together, and that museums were a place they were choosing. So we wanted to learn more about that. And so we asked in the survey how things were going. What were those things in the community that we felt like everybody could agree on? And what are those things that we had in common? So we could build our work on those things and then serve our communities more effectively as a community in those real life experiences together.
What were those common things, and how do you act on it?
Oh, the most popular responses were the value of family and the importance of learning for children.
So it seems like the report is revealing people are really yearning for engagement with one
Yes.
another and within the community. So museums, is that their task to really hone that and allow those spaces?
It's our superpower, isn't it, right now?
Right.
Because as things feel so uncertain globally and nationally, you know, what's real for most people is what's happening in their local community. Mm-hmm. And so here we have these spaces that people feel safe, and they feel that there's, they feel trusted, and they feel that they belong, and that they can go to and have those experiences with people they care about, and they see really cool stuff. Mm-hmm. And so that makes museums really stand out from a lot of other things that they could be doing. And they can also feel really good about the experience afterwards, that they did something that was valuable, and they did something that was worthwhile. And so that ends up being a really strong superpower that we kind of share with our sister institutions, those public libraries.
It is a superpower,
trusted,
right.
As being trusted institutions of learning and growth and humanity.
How can museums further cultivate and maintain the trust and create these beautiful environments for what people obviously want?
I mean, what's so interesting about the work of museums and what people want is that when we look and ask the broader population and we ask museum goers, what is it they want from museums? What they want from museums is for museums to tell everyone's stories, and that everyone's stories are important. And so with the eradication of federal funding, even though that is devastating to so many programs for museums, and I don't want to dismiss that, since that no longer is a constraint it frees us now to just really double down on sharing everyone's stories, and that's what the public wants. So we can now really focus on telling those stories that are so very important to all of our community members. And I think doing what the public wants is to be inclusive, and that's what we do best. And so I think we continue to do that. We're going to be able to be stronger community pillars in our communities.
I mean, that is the universal connective thread. It's sharing and bonding through human experience.
Yes.
Where can people get more information on all the data that you've obtained and incorporate it into their worlds, their operations?
Sure. So every year we release data from the Annual Survey of Museum-Goers starting in the fall. We do it through infographics. We call them infographic data stories, and we release them with our partner, the American Alliance of Museums. So the American Alliance of Museums has them on their website, and then also they appear on the Wilkening Consulting website, wilkeningconsulting.com. And on our website, you can just click on data stories, and we have about over 100 already there from previous years, and there is a searchable database.
Wonderful. Any last takeaways from the analysis?
So last takeaways is to be brave and to be courageous, because the public wants us to do this really good, hard work of sharing the truth with them and to be inclusive.
Great. Yeah, valuable institutions. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.